What's going on, everyone? It's Sam here, bringing you a very different video to my channel. We're going back to the GT Sport races. Now, if you're a follower of my channel, you would have noticed it's probably been about 3 months since my last GT Sport race. I've been enjoying the game a little bit more recently, so I've got 3 races for you today. Race A round Autodrome of Maggiore, the Brands Hatch in the GR4s, and the very wet Spa in the GR3s. So let's crack on with Race A. So we kick things off with Race A. As we can see from the formation of the grid, we start things off in 10th place, so not a great qualification, but there we go. And there's the countdown, and away we go. So it looks like we do get quite a good start to begin with. We get we move up a position just straight away. We get a quite good start, and we look like we're going to try and take things to the German right there. Get a little nudge from behind, but we make it stick and we get around first turn. A little bit unscathed there. We do take a little nudge onto one of the players there. He goes a little bit wide, so it's a bit unfortunate for him, but there we go. So we actually climb all the way up to 5th place at the end, so good start. So move on to the end of lap 1 and still in 5th place, so we can see if we can catch up with the top 4 other racers going into the first turn. I think that was a little bit of a punt from the guy that was in 2nd place, so not a good bit of sportsmanship there, but you know, that's what you expect from GT Sport in these races. But there we go, from that punt we've moved up 1 position into 4th place, so a very good start to begin with on this race, and we're going to be trying to push into the top 3. And going on to lap 3, we're starting to move into the top 3 positions. Portuguese is going to send us just a little bit wide there, so we're not going to quite get that chance at the moment. But 2nd place is going to be taking a half a second penalty, I believe that is. So you never know, we could get something here. And moving into the 4th lap of the race, the Portuguese guy goes a little bit wide there, so we have a chance of getting 3rd place here. Do we make that? No, we don't. He's giving us a little nudge off to the track, but we actually give a little bit of a nudge back as we're re-entering, so probably not the best bit of driving there from myself, but there you go. And moving on to the final lap of the race, still in 3rd, but we got a Swiss guy just nudging us from the back there, but he does have the speed on us, and there we go, he takes over just on the very end there. So I don't think there's much more we can do here unless we can get a good turn onto the final corner here. No, I don't think we are. I think the Swiss guy has too much speed for us, so not a bad way to really finish off the first race of today's episode, as we're going to be crossing line in 4th place. And these cars were very slow as well, so it was really hard to actually get any overtakes in it, but there we go, move up quite a few positions into 4th place. Good start. So now we take a look at race B, which is at Brands Hatch. We have a starting position of 12. So let's see what happens in this race. We're in the Scirocco, which is probably one of my preferred cars, as I've done my own channel livery onto it. But there we go, straight off. I'm not quite sure what that guy off the track was doing. I don't know if he's been punted or anything, but there we go. Move up a position straight away as we're trying to take a outside turn into this corner, but don't look like we're going to be able to get past the Renault Megane there, but trying to not get in a collision there, but there we go, just mentioned to avoid that. Going into the next corner, are we able to get past the French guy? Not quite yet. A couple of cars going a little bit wide during that corner. Tried to avoid a ghosting car there, just to make sure he didn't come back to normal and hit us. But we're trying to make our move onto the French guy. Can we make our move here? No, not really. He's gone a little bit wide, the French guy, but we're still sticking on him. Can we make our move? He very cuts the corner there, and from that little let's say unsportsmanlike behaviour there, we take a couple positions and move up into 8th place. But yeah, I'll have a little nudge myself and move up one more position to 7th place, so probably not great from myself there. And now moving on to lap 2 of 4, we see a couple of cars going a little bit wide there, so we can see if we can make our move onto them, see if we can get a good run and see if we can catch them, but it looks like they might be getting away here. Let's see what happens into this corner. They go a little bit wider, trying to go a little bit of a fight there, but I think it was the Greek goes a little bit too narrow and cuts a little bit of the grass, so we actually get a good run onto him and we move up one more position. So a good run there. So moving up into 6th place, trying to see if we can get anywhere. Oh, there we go. The Greeks just pushed us off, going a little bit off track there, and we lose a couple of positions just from that. A little bit of aggressive driving from the Greek. Moving on to lap 3, we get a nice little overtake on the guy that was ghosting there. To see if we can move back past the French guy we was struggling to get past on the first lap, I believe it was. Trying to get anything, we're trying to get a little bit of slipstream maybe, but can we make a move into this corner? The Greek guy, once again, is not very good at that corner. Neither is the Croatian there, and there's a couple of little mistakes into that corner, but the French guy does block us off if we're trying to make a move onto the cars in front. It's a very tight battle between 4th and 7th where we are at the moment, but there we go. The French guy does make a little bit of a narrow cut there, and we make our move as he makes that little bit of mistake maybe. Go in front of him just into this corner. Can we make it stick? He taps us a little bit, but it's nothing really to make us go off the track. But there we go, we do keep the position and we're now up into 6th place. And now we move on to the final lap of the race. We see the Greek and the Croatian having a little bit of a fight between the two. See if we can profit from the little bit of in-between fighting as we go on to the last lap of the race. We see the Greek, we know he struggles with the next corner, so we're not really putting too much pressure on him here, just to see if he does make a mistake, which he does. So we now move up once again to 5th place. So coming up into the final corners, get a little tap from the Greek, who wasn't very happy from that little overtake. We managed to get onto him on the earlier part of the track. See if we can maintain the 5th place, which would be in a very solid performance again from myself. But see if we can attack 4th place, because he has got that penalty. We're getting very close to the final part of the track, into the final corner. He blocks us, so we can't make the overtake in coming into the final straight. Looks like we're just going to have to settle for 5th place. So still a very good performance from myself as we moved up quite a few positions there. So yeah, 5th place in race B. And now we move on to race C, which is Spa in the rain. It's probably not one of my best tracks, but we start off in 16th out of 20th place. We were going 2 seconds quicker going into the final parts of qualifying, so we didn't quite manage to finish off that qualifying lap. So there we go. So we start off near the back of the grid. A couple of mistakes very early on as we're in the Audi, and let's see if we can make any profit from the mistakes from the other cars as we try to work our way up the grid. So now we'll move up into 12th, not quite though, because we lose a place just there into that corner. So currently sitting in 13th place. We're just trying to make sure we hold on to this track, as obviously you can see from the surface is very wet. There is water spraying everywhere, and there we go. There is one car that just absolutely goes off in Radion, and we try to make our move on to 11th place, but can we get past the guy in 11th? I don't think we can, so we're going to have to make that move later on. So moving on to the middle part of the track, which is probably not my favourite part of Spa, but there we go. I do make a little mistake there. We go a little bit wide, so we lose a position there. So, hang on, we might have a couple. No, we get a little tap from behind, so it pushes us a little bit forward, so we keep hold of 12th place, but we'll go a little bit wide from the tap, and there we go. We try to re-enter onto the track, but we lose a couple positions and go down into 14th place. So just going past Radion and moving on to 13th place, try to up the power, see if we can get a overtake onto the French guy on our right hand side. Do we make it stick? Yes we do, and it looks like we're able to get hold of 13th place. So now we're moving on to 12th place, who look like they made a little mistake there, but we do have a little bit of aquaplane in ourselves, but still keeping hold of 13th. And now going on to the second lap, and oh no, we've made a mistake there. We've gone on to the rumble strip, which is very wet, and it's made us slide off, and now we've dropped down to 15th. Oh, now a couple positions down now, down to 17th, so not great. So got everything to do now. We've caught up with the guys in front. Car in front of us just made a mistake there, going off just like we did earlier on in the race, and we move up one position to 16th. So we've got yellow flag here. Looks like we might have another chance to get another to overtake. Yes, we do. We're now back into 15th, so making our move way back up to the track. I don't think we're going to be pushing anywhere near the top positions, but we're just going to try and make sure we can survive. And there we go, now up into 14th. We do aquaplane a little bit there, but yeah, just going to be cutting the corner, and there we go. It's given us a little half a second penalty for cutting the track, so you know, a little bit harsh as we did aquaplane in the terrible conditions, but we're going to have to take the half a second penalty. And here we go, moving into 13th. Can we make our move on to 12th, even though we do have that penalty that was going to be coming up very soon? Trying to make sure we master Radion there, which we do. We don't go off on the very wet surface. Trying to catch up on 12th, but we are going to be taking our penalty very soon. Coming up now, and there we go. So it looks like we won't be able to catch up for 12th at the moment. We have to make that move later on in the track. But hang on, oh, 12th's gone a little bit wide there. Looks like we have a chance of catching up. And we make a move around the outside. No, we do very well just to avoid him there. We don't want to be hitting that guy off the track. So we're going to be just biding our time, see if he makes another mistake like he did there. And oh yes, he does. He goes a little bit wide going into this corner, and we just put on the brakes a little bit more, and we make the position stick, and now moving up into 12th place. But hang on, just going on to the later part of the race, he's come back at us, and he's given us a little nudge off the track, so not great. And we tried to go around the outside, coming into the final couple of corners, going into the final straight, but as we've come back onto the track, we've actually hit the car, and it's unfortunately made us spin coming into the corner, but it's actually reset us back onto the track, going a little bit further than we actually was. So unfortunately we've gone down a couple of positions back down into 15th, so we're having a bit of a tough time here. So here we go onto the final lap of the track, sitting in 14th, but we do see the yellow flag there, so we're able to get another overtake going into 13th. So looks like that might be where we're sticking into this race. So here we go, going into the final corners. Oh no, we've aquaplaned a little bit again. Maybe the tyres have gone a little bit, but we're really struggling to keep onto the track here. Lose the precision out, but we still can't keep hold of the track. And we move down into 15th. We've run out of time, and there we go. We finished 15th place, so not a great finish. So that wraps up the 3 races today, so I hope you have enjoyed. So we'll take you on to the livery challenge. And this week's challenge is from Rocket League, so it's between orange and blue team. My choice was the orange team, which is the Porsche Taycan Turbo. It's a weekly livery challenge against Rios. If you haven't already, make sure to check out Rios Productions. There will be a link right at the very end of this episode, so make sure to check out if you haven't already. And that will be wrapping up today's episode. So if you have enjoyed, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.